Well, listen, brother, what are you doing? You got this politics thing, yellow dog donkeys? What yellow dog donkeys?
Black yellow dogs.
Black yellow dogs. Here's a copy. You got a camera somewhere? Okay, there it is. All right. What is it?
It's about the participation in the political systems of African Americans.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they have become what referred to as a yellow dog Democrat.
Yeah.
Yellow dog Democrat means that you vote for a Democrat regardless of the candidate, regardless of the issue. It doesn't make any difference who he is or what he's talking about.
Even the yellow dog.
He's a Democrat. You vote for him. And that's what African Americans have been doing since the 40s. And the truth of the matter is they need to be voting according to principle, not party. And so I wrote this book to say, let's examine the historical facts and let's vote according to principle. Don't just let somebody lead you down the primrose path.
You're talking about the new plantation. That's the plantation.
Exactly, man. And let me just tell you, if you remember back, you won't remember back in those days, but if you look at the history, back in the day, there were two types of slaves. There was the house slave and the field slave. Okay. The house slave was a guy who lived in the master's house. He ate master's leftovers. He wore some of master's clothes sometimes. The field slave worked out in the fields and he got treated like a dog. He was always looking for an opportunity to escape. So sometimes he would come in and talk to the field, the house slave and say, let's run away. And the house slave would say, what you mean run away? Master good, where are we going to find anybody to take care of us like this? Today, the Democrats are still practicing plantation politics. And let me show you what. When you talk to people about breaking away from the Liberal Party, breaking away from the Democrats and saying, go look out for yourself, they pull out this thing, Pat. Let me just show you.
What's that?
This is a list of some of the benefits that are available to you.
Good grief.
If you are a single family or a pregnant mother. These are just some of the benefits. So when you talk about let's get away from here and go take care of yourself, they'll say, are you crazy? Where are we going to find somebody who take care of us like this? And that's exactly what's happening.
That whole list is...
That whole list. So now all you have to do is go down and file for one of these benefits, and you just got a list of them. Now, Pat, there's a management principle you're familiar with.
All right.
Every successful businessman is familiar with this management principle. What gets rewarded gets done.
That's right.
You want somebody to do something, reward them. So all of these people, the reason that 70-some-odd% of African-American babies are born out of wedlock is because they reward mothers for having children out of wedlock.
Big reward. I mean,
exactly. So why wouldn't they?
$90 a month a child or something, whatever they pay, it's big money.
Do you know it comes out, Pat, that when you take all the benefits added together, you actually make more on welfare benefits than you can if you're working a job regularly.
Well, what are you going to do?
Well, you're going to do you can do what they're doing.
They're not stupid.
No, they're going to do right there and say, hey, send me my check, baby.
So how you're rowing upstream on this one?
Yes, I am. But I'm trying to say that one of the things we need to understand is that God gave us something called sovereignty, human sovereignty. We have the right to make our own decisions, and God holds us responsible for our decisions.
Amen.
And that's what we need to do, is make decisions based on principle. God's principles, not based on the promise of some earthly reward.
That is getting a receptive ear in a number of places. You must be much in demand as a speaker. Well,
I get a chance to speak to some folks and meet some of the folks that whose names you would recognize if I mentioned, but I'm not.
Well, I wish you the best. Well, you see, what you're talking about, Benny, is leading to this impasse that they've got right now in Washington, because the folks who are giving the plantation benefits don't want to give them up, and the ones who say we've got to have fiscal sanity or we're going to ruin the whole game for everybody, they're fighting upstream just like you are.
Exactly. But if you don't know what the truth is, Pat, then you'll act on what you think is the truth. And one of the reasons that the Founding Fathers put in a free press was so that people get the facts, not opinion, but to get the actual facts. And that's the job of the press, to tell people what's really going on. Well, unfortunately, they won't do it. Falling by the wayside.